Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 26th. This week we are going to jump right in here. You have this Sagittarius card that says expansion. It says you are ready to expand and move forward to your next lucky break. You have this cosmic egg hatching card. It says what you've been waiting for is ready to be. Your patience is about to be rewarded. Like I've been saying, you have Jupiter in your sign until like the middle of June. So expansion is a big theme for Gemini because you will be expanding with that energy, whether you realize it or not. The other thing about Jupiter in your sign is, again, usually you don't get the rewards until after Jupiter leaves. So, this could be one of those things where the expansion doesn't happen until like after June. Or, you could be starting it now and, things could really take off or start progressing once we get to June. Or after June, I should say. And so, again, I would prepare to expand here, Gemini. You have the Five of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Wands can represent conflict and competition. Again, whenever you're expanding or growing, you are naturally going to experience more competition. Now, I always say the best thing to do with the fives, fives are very easy to work with, even though they can represent a challenge. The best thing to do with this card is to, kind of work with the competition or to see what the competition is not doing so that you can do something better or different. And, I think working with the competition would be very important with the Five of Wands. The other thing is that some of you literally could be working with the competition. You have the Three of Cups here. Three of Cups is about like surrounding yourself with people who help you create harvests in life. These three ladies are celebrating a harvest. But this could also say, it could also be you surrounding yourself with the people that challenge you in the right way, the people that cause you to grow and expand. And so that's what I would be doing. You have the Ace of Pentacles, and in your next row, you have this Talisman card, which I'll show you in a minute. It looks like the Ace of Pentacles, and it says you are destined to succeed. So love it. The Ace of Pentacles could be a big opportunity or an opportunity that has a lot of potential future success. And so, if you're getting any opportunities this week, I would be taking them because that Talisman card says you are destined to succeed. So the Ace of Pentacles is usually just an opportunity that has potential. That can be the problem with the Ace of Pentacles for sure, is the fact that it only has potential, right? So we can get the opportunity, we can look at it and we can say, that looks good, but I don't know if I can do it. And so I feel you need to believe that you can take advantage of these opportunities. You have the Five of Pentacles. Yes, again, if you are getting an opportunity, I feel you need to truly believe that you can accomplish whatever it is. Five of Pentacles is a card of calling attention to your weaknesses when you should be focusing on your strengths. So, Five of Pentacles has a very easy solution, which is to not call attention to your weaknesses and to make sure that you are focusing on your strengths. And that's exactly what I would do with this Five of Pentacles energy, is focus on what you're good at doing, focus on things that you can be successful at, but also needing to believe in yourself more, like no negative words against yourself, no thinking that you can't do something when you can, right? All that stuff with the Five of Pentacles. And I think as long as you embrace that energy, and even, the other thing is, as we go up to the Three of Cups here, and that Three of Cups, again, is saying you need to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with those people who speak life into you. Those people who really want to support you and lift you up. That's what I would be focusing on with those cards. With the Five of Wands, you have the Knight of Pentacles. I actually feel pretty good about this. Knight of Pentacles, sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't, because he's not really doing anything on the card. He's the only knight that isn't making a move, but I do feel progress here. I feel like you have been making kind of like slow, steady progress, which is usually annoying because it's like we're making progress, but the type of progress we get with the Knight of Pentacles is it's like we are progressing, but it's not enough to really make a change. I'll give you a great example. It's like maybe you have a side hustle and a job, and maybe your side hustle is like almost making enough money where you could quit your job, but it's like almost, not quite. It's like you're making progress, but you're also not. And that is kind of Knight of Pentacles energy. But I do think things are about to change, clearly. I mean, we have the Wheel of Fortune right here. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can be like lying, cheating, stealing. But the Seven of Swords really is a card of tactics. he is stealing those swords from an army in the background. And so the Ace of Pentacles, again, could be like an opportunity. And maybe you can't go straight towards it. Maybe you can't build it straight away. But the Seven of Swords encourages you to look for other ways of accomplishing your goal, because if you look for other ways of accomplishing it, you will find other ways to accomplish it. The other thing that has come up a lot this week is that, this could be a serious week. Now, one thing I will say is the new moon that we're having on Monday, on the 26th, is very positive. But, I do feel there could still be some like serious energy going around. And so polka dots in the tarot represent needing to make sure that you are not taking things too seriously, needing to be more playful, needing to have more fun, needing to enjoy yourself more. All that kind of comes up. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Swords. Again, I feel like you know what? It's like you are on the razor's edge here, Aquarius, is what this feels like to me. It's like you are very, very close to kind of tipping over. Like I said, the best example I can give you is the side hustle thing. It's like you are very close to being able to quit the job and focus on your side hustle. You're very close to being able to do something else. And I feel that this is you wondering if that cycle is going to end. It's almost like you're wondering if you are actually going to be able to break through, or if you're actually going to be able to, kind of get to the other side of whatever this thing is. And I feel like the answer is yes. You have the Ace of Pentacles. There's clearly an opportunity coming in for you that is probably going to create this breakthrough, or is probably going to be that, final nail in the coffin that gets you moving forward. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this card that says your perseverance is rewarded. You have this talisman. It says you are destined to succeed. I mean, really good. It's like you haven't given up and you've been pushing forward. And so I feel you could be destined to succeed at this time. There's really not much to say about that. You have the Wheel of Fortune, the Three of Cups, and the Strength card. The Wheel of Fortune can be your destiny. So you have that card that says you're destined to succeed. And the Wheel of Fortune is also kind of like a fated destiny. And so I would say that this could be like a fated opportunity that's coming in with that Ace of Pentacles. It's like the next logical step from the universe. And I think that for the most part, like we are here to create our own reality. But I do feel at certain points the universe gives us a little bit of a boost, right? And that's kind of what this Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Pentacles, like I feel like those two are connected, by the way, Ace of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. And I feel that this could be like a very lucky opportunity. And you have that card that says you're ready to move on to your next lucky break. So there could be a lot of luck coming in for you as well. But, this right here could be that turnaround that you've been hoping for. Or it could just be an opportunity that kind of gets you more on your path and gets the wheel spinning forwards, which is definitely the direction that we want the wheel to spin, is in the forward direction. You have the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is like celebration and happiness. Like I get two feelings off of this Three of Cups. Like number one, they say I don't like the typical business advice where they just like say the same stuff, right? Like one of those things is you are the sum total of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It's just like typical business BS advice, right? But I do think it's true with this card here, Gemini. It's like you are going to be the sum total of the 5 people you spend the most time with, even though there are 3 people here. So I feel like the Three of Cups is, number one, encouraging you to really make sure that you are spending time with surrounding yourself with people who challenge you. And you don't even have to do this physically. I always say I have like mentors that are dead, right? But their videos are on YouTube. So, there might be some mentors. I'm saying this because you end with the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is all about, he is the mentor in a lot of ways. So I feel that like finding people that challenge you, or finding people who have advice that kind of challenges you in a good way, would be a good thing. I also think that you should be spending more time with the people who lift you up, like in a different way. The people who like love your ideas, who support you, who would do anything to help, kind of get you to that next level. And so those two things might sound the same, but they're different, because I think one is like mentors, right, that you're learning from. I think the other one could be like family members that support you or something like that. So I would make sure to do that. You have the Strength card. I kind of feel weird about this too. I feel you could be doing it's like you're doing something that proves your own strength to you, right? And so that's not normally what the Strength card represents. The Strength card is about taming your inner voice, or quieting that voice inside yourself that tells you can't do things. And I think that would be good for you. But I also kind of feel like some of you are doing something this week where you surprise yourself with your strength, if that makes sense. And this could be working on a project that's difficult, or creating a project that becomes very successful that you didn't think you could do. And so I love that for you, because those are the things that give us the most confidence. Like when we do something that's hard that we didn't think we could do, and then we do it, we're just like, what else can I do? And that is the feeling I get off the strength card. I feel like you're saying to yourself, what else can I do? With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Knight of Cups. Could be love coming in for some of you. We go down 4 wands to the Page of Wands. You've been getting fire with me for a long time, and so the Knight of Cups can be a knight in shining armor. Could also, with the Wheel of Fortune, could be Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo. Could also be a Sag that's coming in for you. Could be any sign, general reading, but the Knight of Cups definitely could be a knight in shining armor. With the 3 of Cups, you have the 9 of Cups. Yes, 9 of Cups is about bathing in the energy of what you want. It is a card of wish fulfillment, but we don't just get a wish with the 9 of Cups. We have to surround ourselves with things that fill us with the right energy. So, like I said, I think for you to get a wish, that having the 2 types of people that we discussed in your life is going to be the thing that helps you accomplish a wish or a dream, whatever it is. The Knight of Cups can be a dream. So, take it how it resonates. But, I feel a lot of you, could, by bathing in the energy of what you want, you could be doing that. Also could just be a lot of fulfillment this week. Again, you have a very good reading. With the Strength card, you have the Strength card. Basically, when this happens, it's the universe saying, I meant what I said. You are doing something that proves your strength to yourself. You are doing something motivational. And it could be this opportunity. So again, if you don't take advantage of the opportunity, then you won't do this. But, if you get an opportunity this week that requires you to expand, that would require you to learn or do something different in your life, I would take the opportunity, because it's going to be a big confidence boost in the future, right? And that's what I would do there. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Let It Shine card. Yes, what makes you special, Strength card. Even though I think that the Strength card is saying you're doing this for yourself, who in the right mind would stick their hands in a lion's mouth? The answer is nobody. So that lady on the Strength card, she is putting her strength on, sorry, that's backwards. She is putting her strength on display. She is showing off to the world, which I think would be good for you. You have this Dolphin spirit that says this and that are true. You also have this Armadillo spirit that says set healthy boundaries. So clearly it could be a good time to set healthy boundaries. The this and that are true card, this card is a very Gemini card. It says whatever you focus on is going to be the truth for you. So focus on the good stuff, obviously. You have the 10 of Wands, the 4 of Cups, and the 4 of Swords. 10 of Wands can be carrying a heavy burden, but the 10 of Wands, he is very close to his goal. I like the 10 of Wands. He is carrying those 10 wands, but those wands represent his harvest, and he is about to reach his home in the background. So I feel for a lot of you that you could be about to have a harvest, or you're about to have some sort of harvest in your life. And like I said, I think that would be very good for you. It's going to lead to, more success. And I just get this feeling that you're very close. Even your next card, the 4 of Wands, is a card of reaching a finish line. It's my finish line card. There's kind of this finish line thing right here. And the 4 of Wands can represent marriage. So again, if you're looking for love, there could be a solid connection coming in for you. But, I kind of feel this is more about completion. A lot of old tarot books, even new tarot books, talk about how the 4 of Wands can come up when we are completing a project, when we're wrapping something up and we're about to cross through a threshold here and have a celebration on the other side. Those, the thing about the 4 of Wands as well is that those people have already been married. So, people look at this as a card of marriage, which is true, but it's kind of after. It kind of represents the celebration that happens after you commit to something, or after the commitment, right? And if you are committing to an opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles, then, this could definitely be a big celebration that's coming in for you after you have gone through the process, right? And it's coming up in a future position. So it's basically your future self is saying you will celebrate this success in the future. You have the 4 of Swords. Yes, resting, we've had, this is, blah, blah, blah. Let me start over, Gemini. this is the first new moon since we've had all these retrogrades, right? There have been other new moons after some of the retrogrades. Obviously, there's one every single month. But, we ended all these retrogrades that we've had since November, and this is the first new moon on the 26th since that time. And so usually after the first new moon, after something like that, that's where all the good stuff starts to happen, or we kind of like fully are clearing out the energy with the new moon. And so this week, even though I think this is a very good week, I think it's kicking off the summer for people to be kind of rather positive, we still have to rest. So if you need rest or need to take a break, gather your energy. I said this in the 2025 readings. I really felt at the beginning of the year that the summer would be very busy for people, and I felt like people would really need to make sure that they're kind of like taking time for themselves, gathering their energy for the summer so that they have enough energy to accomplish what they want to accomplish over the summer. And this might kind of be your like last week to do that. So I would make sure you're doing that. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Justice card. Justice is balance, so you are very close to accomplishing something. But, it's kind of reminding me of the Two of Pentacles, like work hard, play hard energy. So if you are working very hard, which I think you are, Gemini, the Justice card would say that, balancing things out, making sure you're taking time for yourself with the Four of Swords, making sure you're taking time to rest, relax, recover, and heal, and have fun, all that will be good for you. With the Four of Wands, you have the Four of Cups. A lot of people have been getting this. There's like a little bit of doubt, I think, around love for whatever reason, probably through the beginning of June. So, it's kind of like if you're meeting a person, maybe you see them as good, but there could be some creeping doubts based off of past situations. Four of Cups always reminds me that, he has these 3 cups here, this 1 cup here. He needs to apply what he learned from these 3 cups to this 1 cup, and if he does that, he will be successful. So the Four of Cups really says we have to apply what we learned in the past to a new situation. And clearly, you are getting a really big opportunity here to do something in your life. And maybe it could remind you of a past situation. I think, I also think, as I said at the beginning, that the word potential is the problem. Sometimes I do feel that is the challenge with the Ace of Pentacles, is that something just only has potential, which means nothing. Potential is basically nothing. So, sometimes we have to get over that, and we have to do it anyway, and that's kind of the feeling I get there. With the Four of Swords, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Amazing. Nine of Pentacles is a card of gratitude and luxuries. It's a card of, having the nicer things in life. It's pre-Empress energy. So a lot of you are, clearly doing things that are increasing your abundance. Again, this is a very positive reading. I will tell you, it's probably one of the more positive readings this week. Like, everybody's had the Tower except for you. Again, I personally, when I started these readings, I thought the readings were going to be very positive this week. Just because that new moon is pretty positive. And I still think it'll be positive, but, it just seems to me like a lot of people are dealing with a lot of challenges, but you're not. So, I would focus on the good stuff with the Nine of Pentacles. I would make sure you're focusing on being grateful for what you have as well. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Accept Responsibility and this Face Your Fears card. Yeah, I think you are, because you have the King of Swords. King of Swords definitely accepts responsibility. The Face Your Fears card, I think, is something that everyone is definitely like the challenge of the next 20 years. If we want to do anything, we are going to have to really put ourselves out there. Pluto in Aquarius, and especially because you're an air sign, right? Pluto in Aquarius, part of it is, like a little part of it, is about being the star, in your own star, right? So we have to kind of really, to grow, we have to do something that might be a little bit scary to us. And if you do that, you will be very happy that you did. So I would. You have the King of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Page of Wands. I kind of feel the King of Swords could just be your energy showing up here, here Gemini. Almost called you Aquarius again. So I think that this could be you showing up in a very strong position. And whenever you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength. He has great discernment, and that is popping into my head. You could be feeling very clear on like the choices, the decisions, and everything else that you're doing this week. But I also feel you need to trust your clarity, because Ace of Pentacles, good, but I kind of feel that Ace of Pentacles, there's that little tiny seed of doubt. Like, can I do this? Can I overcome these challenges? This just has potential. Can I do the work that I need to do on this opportunity that's coming in? And so I feel that this is saying that yes, you can and you should develop the confidence to do it. You have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior, but the Nine of Wands in the good stuff would say that you have not given up, which is good. He is kind of giving something one last chance. And you have the Four of Cups right next to it. And so the Four of Cups, this cup could be the thing that you are giving one more chance to. And, again, if you're not giving up on something you want to create in your life, I feel the Nine of Wands in the area of the good stuff is very good because it says you're trying again, plain and simple. Next, you have the Page of Wands. Yeah, a lot of this like happy-go-lucky energy has been coming up in the readings. I feel like the universe is trying to get people to do things that make them more happy and to do things that they enjoy more, to be more optimistic, to be more positive about the way things are going. And so I think you need to be more positive in life, and you need to, focus on doing things that are more fun. And that's what I would do there. With the King of Swords, you have the Hangman. The Hangman is in Hangman mode. He is seeing something from a different perspective. And now you have this card here that says this and that are true right here. So the Hangman, he is looking at something from a new perspective. You've been getting the Hangman with me for a couple weeks, Gemini. I'm pretty sure. And the Hangman really says, use your Gemini superpowers. I think I said to you in your last reading that, the Hangman always reminds me of Gemini, even though it's Pisces. But, what he is doing is kind of like a Gemini thing to do. He's looking at both sides of the fence. He is he's already looked at it from upright. Now he's looking at it from upside down. So again, if you're this opportunity that's coming in for you, it's like you might need to look at it from all different perspectives and look at how you can accomplish it so that you can make it happen. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Two of Swords. If you've been struggling to make a decision, I feel that there could be a decision that you're making finally. Again, I feel pretty good about this, and it is coming up in the good stuff, but normally the Two of Swords would be a card of being stuck in a stalemate, not making a decision, not moving forwards or backwards, or not knowing what to do. But I kind of feel like you are making a decision at this time, or you are, progressing in your life in some way. So I feel pretty good about that. With the Page of Wands, you have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups can represent regrets and sadness, but it's coming up in the good stuff. He needs to turn around and see these two cups, and then he will get this bridge and this castle. Right next to it, you have the Nine of Pentacles. I was saying on the Nine of Pentacles how I felt like you should be practicing gratitude. The solution to the Five of Cups is gratitude. It's coming up in the good stuff, though, so I think, this is good. He is grieving the loss of something that he no longer enjoys. So he is sad that he has lost his taste for wine, but if he would turn around, he would see something much better in these two cups behind him. So a lot of you, it's coming up in the good stuff. So I kind of feel like you are just releasing something that no longer serves you, and you're moving forward. I don't know what else to say there, Gemini. I feel like you're just letting go of something that you no longer enjoy, which is good. You have this Karma card. It says, Karma, this haystack card. It says, Karma, you will reap what you have sown. Definitely a lot of people could be getting karma. Now, this is a good thing. You have the Ten of Wands. You've been doing a lot of work. You're getting to the end of your journey. We have the North Node in Pisces, and I've probably said this to you before, but North Node in Pisces is very karmic. Not as in like karmics, like people. It can involve people, but it's more like we are getting our karma, positive or negative, whatever. So if you've been working on things for a long time, it looks like positive to me based off this reading. You have this coins card. It says money will be coming to you. Yes, love it. Definitely good money reading. Nine of Pentacles showing up here as well. And I feel like the big opportunity could be something where you're like making it rain. This is my making it rain card in this deck. It's raining all these pentacles down. So there definitely could be a lot more success here. You have this Weeping Willow card. It says family sorrow on it. So some of you could be, a lot of people have been getting this stuff. So since like last year, this family sorrow stuff. So a lot of people could be dealing with things with family. You have this Cane card. It says pay attention to your health. Yes, I think everybody needs to pay attention to their health this entire year. We need to make sure that we're doing things to stay healthy, to be healthy, all that other good stuff. You have this kite card. It says vacation on it. With the Four of Swords, maybe you need a break. Maybe you need a staycation if you can take one. But I would do whatever you can to take a break. Even if it means that you just do something nice for yourself one day a week or something like that. Like I said, I think it's going to be a very busy summer. I think people need to fill their fun bucket so they don't get burnt out. And that's what I would make sure you do with that card. But this looks really good, Gemini. I like it. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.